So hello everyone, welcome to Try Right. This is Pack 365, myself Sujit. So in this session, we are going to learn a new concept in Python, that is function. So what is function, how to create function, what is the advantages, each and everything we are going to see in this session only. Okay. So first we need to understand what is the use of this function. Means what is this function? So function is nothing but functions are independent block of instruction which are used for performing some tasks. Guys, if I'm taking an example to understand this function, guys, my requirement will be I need to every time I just need to add two number, means repeated time. Okay, so if I'm creating a independent block of code, means as of now whatever the statement you are going to write in your VS code, whenever you are going to run that, everything it's need to print. But this function says that if you're creating an independent block, and whenever you want to run at that time only it needs to be printing, otherwise it will be not printing. Okay guys, so this is called our function, means it will be not depending upon anything. Okay, so functions are independent block of code, or we can say that instruction also. Okay, block of code, or we can say that instruction which are used for performing some tasks only. Okay, means as of now if you are seeing also, if I want to add two number, if I'm creating a function, means here I don't need to write again and again, means the repetition will become. This is called our code redundancy. In the advantages we are going to clear more on that. Okay, so this is our one line definition, says that functions are independent block of code or instruction which are used for performing some tasks only. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the advantages. What is the advantages of this function? Okay guys, so the first advantages is that functions are used for increasing the code reusability. Guys, what is code reusability? If my requirement will be I need to run add to number 10 times. So here I don't need to write 10 times. Okay, means if I'm creating a block of code, or we can say that function, at every time if I'm calling this function, it will be automatically run. That means here I don't need to repeat a task doing. So this is called our function reusability. Okay, so functions are used for performing or increasing, also we can say that increasing the code reusability. Guys, code reusability means every time you don't need to write the code again and again. Okay, so this is called our code reusability. Okay guys, so this is the simply definition of this one, code reusability. Okay guys, now the next point, what is the next point will say is that if you are going to create a function, okay, means as of now I am telling that the next advantages will be function is our reducing the code redundancy. What is this redundancy? Means repeated. Means if I'm going to run for 100 times to add two number, so by the help of this function also you can reduce that. Okay, so next advantages is functions are used for reducing the code redundancy. Redundancy means duplicacy, guys. Means duplicate time I don't need to write same code again and again. If I creating a function, and every time you just need to code that. Okay, then the third advantages will be code modularity will be high. Means it will be helpful to debugging. If you are going have some error, then it will be definitely showing that if you are calling this function, inside the function only you have something error. Okay, so the next point will be says that the code modularity will be high. Okay guys, the code modularity to be high. So the code modularity says that it is the process of splitting the tasks into subtasks. Means I have a large if you are going to build the application, you are going to write large number of code. If you are going to splitting, and if you are finding the code in a error in a easy way, by the help of this code, modularity will be there. Okay. Also, it will be faster for the development. Okay. Means in the development process also, it will be faster there as compared to our procedural programming. Okay. Then the next one will be code complexity will be less. Guys, if I'm calling this function, if one error will be there, then I just come to that function call only. Means as of now in your function, procedural function, if I have error, I need to come to each line to check. But in this function here, if I'm calling a function only, I need to go to inside this function only. So code complexity will be less only. Okay. So code complexity will be less. Okay. So these are the different advantages while you are creating this function. Okay. So now we are going to see the classification of this function. Okay, because already we are using some function, guys, right? Mainly the function will be divided into two types. Okay, in Python we have two types of function. Okay, means already we are using the function. Now we are going to understand what is the classification of this function. Okay, the first function will be says that inbuilt function. What is inbuilt function? Means already predefined functions are available in our Python. Means we just need to run that, or we need to understand how to run that. So this is called our inbuilt function. Then the next one will be user defined function. Means we can also create our own function. Okay, user defined function. Then what is the inbuilt method that are available in our Python will be, there are len function. Then every time we are going to use this print function also. If we are using some append method, or this is called our built-in method. Okay. So the definition of this built-in method are, these are the function which are created already, okay, by the developers. Means we just need to use that particular things. Developers of Python. Okay. So this is called our built-in method. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about our user-defined function. Okay. Means here we are going to create our own function and everything. So how to create user-defined function? By the help of our def keyword. So keyword will be nothing but it will be reserved keyword that are available in our Python. Okay. So what is user defined function? So these are the function which are developed by, or we can say that defined by the user base. Means if you are creating our own function, this is called our user defined function. So these are the function which are created by the user. Okay, how to create? By the help of our def keyword. If you are using this def keyword, it will be useful to create our user defined function. Okay, so def keyword is used for defining a user defined function. Okay, guys. Now we are going to see the syntax and each and everything. Okay, so to create a user-defined function, we are going to implement this logic. Means first we are going to give the def keyword, then here function name. Guys, whenever you are giving any function name, most aware of that, here also you are using the identifiers rules. What is this identifier rules? Means the function name should not start with a number. And also, the function name should not use any keyword. The function name should not use any special character except the underscore. Okay. After you are creating, if you are giving the parenthesis, it's okay. If I'm not giving also, it's okay. After that, you need to give this colon. After you are giving this colon, it will be helpful to create a block, or we can say that indentation also. So here also it will be taking one tab or indentation. Then here you need to write the statement that are available in our function. So now I just want to create a function, and how to call that each and everything we are going to see now. So by the help of our def keyword, then here I am creating a sample function. After that, here I need to give a indentation. So here I am writing hello Python. Okay. Now guys, if I'm trying to implementing this, so it will be not printing anything because I just create the create this function. But whenever you are creating a function, must aware of that you need to call that. If you are not calling, then it will be not implementing anything. So to call a function, you just need to write the function name, and here you need to most provide the parenthesis. Okay. If you are not giving parenthesis, it will be not print this thing. Okay. Now, if I deleting this parenthesis file, we are creating a function also. Still, it will give the same output. Okay, guys. So now, if I'm going to run this one, okay. So why it's creating that error? So def, I just want to delete. Again, I just want to create. So def sample. Okay, here I need to. So I think every time we are going to use this indentation only. Okay. So every time you just need to print this one. Okay. Now if I'm going to call this, so here it will be start implementing the same logic. Okay, guys. So this is the way we can use. I think guys, if I'm removing the also it will needs to be what, but why it's not working? Okay. Okay, no issue. Okay, every time you need to give the parenthesis also. Okay, so this is the simply way to create a function only. Okay, guys. Now, guys, if you see here, after I'm calling, if I'm again calling, it will be give me the output only. It means if I'm trying to print the hello world, I don't need to create again and again. I just need to call that. Means how many time you want. If I want for 10 time, so 10 time you just need to call this function. Okay, guys, as of now, in these statements, in the function inside, there will be not available anything. But if you are, there are large program, okay, it will be helpful. Okay, guys, now, as of now, if you are just running this, it will be give me the output. Now, if I'm trying to print the function called, okay. So now if I'm printing the function only, guys, just see. If I'm trying to, guys, just see, if I'm trying to print the function name only, so it will be give me the function name, means the address of the function where the function will going to be created. Okay, guys. Now here, if I'm passing some argument, okay. Now here, if I'm trying to give this one, so at that time, it will be give me the none. Why? We are going to see whenever you are going to implement our return keyword. Okay, guys. So this is the simplest way to create a function and to call a function. Okay. So the next point I'll give for this user defined function name contains the address of a function where it will be creating. So now come to here in the memory how it going to create. Whenever I am creating a function, every time it will be creating for namespace as well as the value space also. Here it will be creating for namespace, means based upon our function name, it will be creating. Okay. After that, what are the value, or we can say that state of this function, here it going to print. Okay, guys. So now we are going to write a small code of this one. Okay, guys. So come to here. Now I want to write a function to check a user input. Okay, the number will be even or not. Okay, the first question will be write a program to print number is even or not. Okay, so how to do that? Every time we are going to take the user input only. So here I am taking the input function. After I am taking the input function, here I need to pass enter the number. Okay, after I am passing, here I need to create a function. Okay, so here I am giving check even. Okay, so only check only I'll pass. After that, I need to provide this parenthesis only. After that, here I need to implement my logic. If whatever the norm I'm passing from the user input, if that particular number will be divisible by 2, here I need to print that even number. Okay. Else, if this condition will be not getting satisfied, here I need to print odd number. Guys, just see. Now, still, if I'm going to run this one, it will be not giving me the correct output because still I am not calling this one. Guys, just see. It will be taking this 8 because Python is a interpreted language, means line by line code will be getting executing. Okay, now here I need to calling this function. So guys, just see here. Here, if I'm calling this function, guys, just see. As of now, I just want to call this function and I'll be passing 8. So it will be give me even number. Why? Because after this line will be getting executed, here I will be checking a check function. So it will be taking the number as my input. So the function will be start implementing. The first line of this function will be if no modular division by 2 double equal to 0. It will be checking that particular things. Guys, right after it will be checking here if this condition becoming satisfied, it will be printing that particular number. If this number will be not getting satisfied, at that time it needs to be print the false as my output or odd my number. Okay, here if I'm passing a odd number, guys, just see here I'm passing 7, so it will be print odd number. Okay, how many times you need to print? You just need to call that. Guys, just see here if I'm trying to for 2 times, guys, just see here I'm passing. So come to this line, here I'm passing 2, so it will be printing for 2 times, means this function will be taking this number 2 times. Okay, now in the upcoming session, we are going to implement the return keyword by the help of this return, because in function while you are creating a function, you don't need to print inside the function. You need to send the controller outside the function by the help of this return keyword. In the upcoming session, we are going to discuss. Okay, that's all for this session. Thanks for watching. Try it.